Hello and welcome to the Dice by the Sword podcast. We release these podcasts every Wednesday in 2 easy-to-listen-to pieces, so you can keep up to date with all the action and suspense of our campaign wherever you are listening from. Of course, if you want to check us out in real time and see everything unfold as it happens, then you can always head over to our Twitch channel, D20 by the Sword, to see us play every Sunday at 7 p.m. GMT. Now, get comfy, turn up that volume, and settle in for this week's episode of Nyxalia, an Aetherbound saga, here at Dice by the Sword.
Last time, on Dice by the Sword, the party left the safety of Whistlestone behind, venturing south as the rain clouds gathered overhead. The road was eerily empty, the usual hum of travellers and merchants replaced by the hollow whisper of the wind through the plains. Then, shortly after that, they found it. A shattered wagon, its canvas ripped to ribbons, its cargo scattered like broken bones. Bloodstains darkened the dirt, half washed away by the rain. A fallen horse lay gutted in the road, crows pecking at the remains. But the scene was not just a massacre, it seemed like it was more. Deep claw marks in the wood, bodies torn apart with an unnatural precision. And the worst of it was that the feast had been left abandoned, unfinished, as if something had interrupted the killers, maybe? Among the wreckage, they found a survivor, clinging to life, voice weak, eyes filled with terror. He spoke of there being more of these savages nearby. There was a pain and fear so deep within them that it was hard to contain. But before the group had time to act, a spear whistling through the evening air and finding purchase in the skull of that very survivor, choired by a maniacal laughter that filled the air around them. Low growls, rasping, inhuman. The whisper of movement in tall grass in every direction, eyes gleaming in the dying light. The ambush was swift. Gnolls, lean, ragged beasts with yellow teeth and a hunger for slaughter descended on the party with bows, spears, rusted blades, claws, and teeth. But the heroes stood their ground. Through spell and steel they turned the tide, cutting down their foes one by one. When the battle cleared, the only sound left were the ragged breaths of the dying beasts themselves. The party headed west into the hills, tracking the pack through the wilds, and the party followed that trail to its source, a ruined watchtower long abandoned, now defiled by the Gnoll's savage presence. Bones littered the ground, the walls smeared with a dark, twisted symbols, and inside, the laughter. It rose and subsided. Through a coordinated effort, the party infiltrated the watchtower, with Peanuts and Octavius climbing the vines on the walls in silence while the rest of the party headed through the main gate. Then, the attack. From the shadows, gnolls burst forth, howling in frenzy. A monstrous brute, its fur matted with dried blood, led the charge, wielding a jagged cleaver that could split bone with a single swing. From above, others leapt from broken beams, their claws outstretched, landing in the fray with snarling grins. The air filled with the clash of steel, the crackle of magic, and the roars of battle. For every gnoll that fell, it seemed another lurked in the darkness, waiting for a moment to strike. The pack fought like rabid animals, darting, lunging, slashing with reckless abandonment. But one by one, they too fell beneath the party's might. Blood soaked the stone. The gnoll war cries turned to pains of howls. Then, silence. And now, as the dust settles and the tower stands quiet once more, a single question lingers in the night air. Was that the last of them? The aftermath of the battle has left the watchtower steeped in eerie silence. The scent of blood still lingers in the air, mingling with the thick, pungent musk of unwashed fur and rotting meat. The flickering torchlight casts long, jagged shadows across the stone walls, illuminating crude symbols smeared in dried ichor. frenzied patterns that seem to almost snarl back at you from the darkened stone. Sorry, I'm just going to move it to the other screen. Better. The floor is a battlefield of filth and savagery. Bones lie scattered, some gnawed clean, others with gristle still clinging to them, cracked and split open for marrow. Piles of ragged cloth and matted fur are used as makeshift nests in the corners of the watchtower, their foul stench still warm from the gnolls who slept there. Remnants of a long-forgotten past still linger beneath the filth. Shattered wooden furniture, rusted iron brackets that once held torches, and faded banners bearing the insignia of a forgotten garrison. A cold breeze seeps through the broken stonework, bringing with it the distant scent of the rain. Outside, the wind howls through the crumbling tower like a voice whispering through the bones of a corpse. You have all triumphed in battle. You stand within this watchtower. What would you all like to do?
With that breeze that came in, you watch Nim after this sort of sweaty battle that we've all just had together. She just drops and becomes calm in herself. All that tension and aggression, and she just lifts her nose and to breathe in the smell of the rain. And a smile stretches across her face.
Ulrich kind of follows suit as the last creatures fall, and sort of the peace and the calm descends across the battlefield. He kind of falters ever so slightly in place, hammer in hand, and sort of his arms heavy by his side as you watch the chromatic energies kind of disperse down into the ground as he lets out a breath, and it sort of follows out in a small cloud of course. We did it, my friends. We did it. We are victorious. Are we all still alive? Is everyone okay?
I think we're nearly all there. Is anybody hurt? Does anybody need assistance? And Yero's just going to go around with looking in the healer's kit that they were given, just with some bandages or ripping off scrap to try and make bandages to just trying to sort of stop any cuts bleeding, or just trying to sort of patch people up as best she can. Just
It's fine. I have used to this.
Yell, take a breath. Are you okay? Your wing took some damage, no?
It's fine. I'm back up, and there's no need to panic about any of that. What does everybody need? Is anyone in need of some major assistance? Is anybody harmed quite badly? Are you all okay?
Ulrich's going to turn to the garrison, sort of the walkway across, and then sort of the upper tower, knowing that's where Peanut and Octopus were, and just sort of call over and just...
Oh, I'll remember this. Okay. I'll remember this. All right.
Are you two okay up there? You kind of went off on your own. Any injuries?
Peanut kind of pats herself no, I think I'm okay. Hang on. And she goes in her pocket and she pulls out Cheese. Is Cheese okay? Is he okay?
Cheese is surprisingly okay. Given the last image that you had in your head of this huge sword coming down, almost clashing with your skull, and the last fragment of memory from that encounter being Cheese launching itself towards the blade didn't find purchase with you at all. And as you hold Cheese, it just sits quite happily on your palm and just kind of turns its head back and forth a little bit, chirps, and then just kind of nestles in to your thumb.
Cute. I shoot an arrow. But actually, you're talking about it. He will actually shoot an arrow, but down at more or less in Ulrich's direction, and just hitting a corpse just from the far, and accidentally missing Ulrich. He's just gonna say, "I saw it move," and he's going to slowly go down the tower. As just this deep laceration across his chest, just being at the brink of his life expectancy. Like, yeah, we got it.
Well, now you know how it feels from earlier. Korak, you still got your arm?
That's not very funny.
I mean, you don't want to be without both of them.
I've still got my other arm, yes. I don't know about the rest of you, but I could do with a bit of sit down and maybe a cup of tea.
Yes, why don't we make a fire and maybe inside the tower for safety, we could try and block off the door. It seems to be the only way in, and try and make some safety.
Do we want to sleep in here, or do we want to loot it for its treasures and then find Winnie?
Oh, I can see Dan smiling. I don't like this. I can see Dan smiling, just like the moment you said, "Do you want to sleep in here?" The evil smile.
Just a thought. Do we know if there's anybody else inside?
But do a quick patrol. Make sure there's no one inside, there's no one around, that they haven't called for more. That's a good idea, Nim.
I don't mind checking.
As Octavius comes down to join where the rest of us are, Nim instantly prestidigitations the wound on your chest to clear out any possible infection that was going to happen, because you look gnarly as fuck, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Would prestidigitation actually kind of be like alcohol on a wound, just cleaning it out? like would it hurt technically?
In normal circumstances, no, but for you, absolutely. It stings. It stings worse than a jellyfish wrapping around your body parts.
Thank you, Nim.
Yerl, I think that one needs your attention.
Yes, I'm going to go and inspect his wounds to just sort of see if there's anything I can do. I can't magically sort them out, unfortunately. I've used up all my slots, but if I can use my knowledge of healing to try and sort of make it a bit better.
Sure, make me a medicine check, please.
If there's another alcohol bottle in that medic boss, I'm going to kill someone.
Ooh, 21.
21. Okay, so you use the healing kit. To the best of your ability, you start kind of wrapping around the chest with some bandage in there. You know that obviously it will take time for wounds like this to heal unless for magical purposes and using like magical abilities to cure it. But you do a good job. You kind of clean it of any, clean the wound, make sure that it's not going to get any infection in there and things. So, yep, all good.
Is there a door on the tower?
At the base of the tower, no, there isn't from what you can see. What is it? Are you looking to see if you can get inside the tower?
Essentially, yeah. Just like looking from where we stood in the courtyard. Is there an entrance I can see?
Not where you're stood in the courtyard. No. However, Octavius, you will have noticed when you were on top of the tower, there was a hatch at the top.
Yep. I'll actually tell him that as he's like looking. I can see him looking around the tower. I'll just tell him like, "Hey, all right. On top of it, there's actually a hatch if you want to take a look at it. I would absolutely go there with you. That's the end of the sentence. I'm not good with you.
As
Yarrow
Octavius comes
will-
down the ladder and Ulrich, they sort of pass each other, he just pats him on the shoulders like, no explanation needed, my friend. You have done your job. I will go knock on the front door. And he starts making his way up.
Yarrow's going to put her shoulder on Ulrich's, her hand on his shoulder. There we go, his shoulder on her hand.
Hold me.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. As I will come with you. It's best not to go alone, just in case. And we'll follow him up.
Okay, cool. So Ulrich and Yarrow.
Yarrow!
We're not that far away. What's up?
Do you need a name?
Yeah, if more the merrier. I'm going to give the big bash. We could use the more physical fighters. No,
Yes.
no offense to you guys. I know you fight as you do, but I think you're a little spent, and I'm good with the hammer.
Well,
Okay,
we'll
I follow.
Okay.
And
Yarrow, Ulrich,
yeah.
Nim, you all start heading up towards the top of the watchtower. Luke. Oh, there is no character by Luke here. Luke does not exist in my world. Correct.
Teacher coming out. Luke, pay attention.
Correct. Get your head in the game, Luke. Oh my
Sorry,
God.
sorry, I was just chuckling at the. I've got my hammer and I've gone back to Morrissey as Bob the Builder. So
It's an NPC waiting to happen.
Correct. As you watch Nim, Ulrich, and Yerril head up towards the top of the watchtower to start inspecting this hatch to try and gain entry into the large watchtower, what are you going to be doing?
I mean, at the moment, he's a little bit spent. Like, he's not at death's door, but he's not 100% healthy. So he's 2 doors down. So I think he's just going to look for somewhere to just kind of take a seat and catch his breath and catch his thoughts a little bit.
Okay, as you walk across the courtyard, you see that there are a couple of makeshift stools and what have you towards one of the back walls. And as you're making your way there, I'd like you to make me a perception check, please. Peanut, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take cheese out. And I'm just sitting talking to him, just making sure he's okay. But then also the entire time I'm kind of near Korik, and I'm just saying like random facts that I think are correct the whole time.
Okay, cool. Octavius, what are you going to be doing?
So after, how do you call it? Never mind. Afterwards, I forgot what the word is. I literally forgot the word. He's going to. I just noticed we haven't actually looked at the bodies at all. Like what they had, what kind of equipment they had, or anything better. So I'm definitely going to go and just like walk around. Like, did we loot this guy? And just start looking through the stuff.
Okay, I'd like you to make me an investigation check. Korik, what did you get on your perception?
That was a filthy 20.
Ooh.
Very nice.
As you get almost 2/3 of the way across the courtyard, out the corner of your eye, you see that there is what appears to be a makeshift kind of tarp in effect, where you see that there is something that the gnolls have tried to obscure by throwing like tree branches and leaves and bushels and things on like in a pile, and it, to your trained eye, it doesn't look quite right.
I'm gonna cautiously go over to the tap. I'll be thinking, that it might be booby trapped, so I'll be keeping an eye out for that kind of thing, but obviously I'm interested.
Okay.
Oh, what is it?
You start kind of pulling back some of the branches and the leaves and things, and underneath you see that there are 2 very large chests, piled like 2 large chests, a couple of boxes and such that have been piled, stacked against the wall, and then had like branches and leaves and things thrown on them to try and hide them. But it wasn't that as difficult to see until you got close. You kind of like, that bushes is 4 different colours, and some of its leaves are dead. That's weird. And under like closer inspection, you find that there are 2 large chests and a couple of boxes that they've tried to hide.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to want to look in them, but again, I'm going to be cautious.
Okay.
I don't trust. He doesn't trust a free chest. Doesn't trust a free chest.
Words to live by. But you begin to.
That's the titty-tation.
You begin to look through these crates and these chests, and you see that inside, it becomes very apparent very quickly that what is within these chests are all of what the gnolls would have deemed as valuable goods from any traveling merchants or travelers that they have set upon over the recent time period that these guys have been operating. You looking through see that there is roughly about 300 gold's worth of supplies, whether that is silks, some grain, bits and pieces that have all been kind of put within this area. It all looks stolen. This obviously doesn't belong to them, and it just looks like the stuff that they've managed to take from whoever they've set upon in recent weeks. We managed to find about 300 gold's worth of supplies.
Okay. I'm going to close up the crates, cover them back up, and then head over to who's still down here. So Peanut's still down here, and
Peanut and Octavius.
That's
it, yeah. Octavius, what did you get? Oh, sorry. Go on. Sorry.
No, it's fine. No.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to wander over.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah. So I've just found what I can only assume is the ill-gotten gains of these pricks.
What did you get?
What do you mean, what did I get?
Well, how much was in there?
I mean, I'll be honest, my idea of how much stuff's worth is not really that up to snuff, but maybe about 300 gold's worth of stuff.
I feel like we are supposed to change occupations, Becoming bandit doesn't sound that bad, actually.
I'm gonna assume that that's some kind of a joke.
Oh yes, you just can't see it because of my sarcasm. And the laceration on my chest.
Well, I mean, my opinion is we need to figure out either how to return it or,
Do we have to return things here?
I mean, isn't the law lost and found?
Like finders keepers?
Yep.
I mean,
I like it. He understands me.
This stuff belongs to some people and they probably need it.
Belonged. Past tense.
Octopus has a point.
Well, what I suggest is we open it to the rest of the group, but my opinion is it goes back to who it belongs to.
Octavius, what was your investigation check, please?
Natural 20 for 21.
He says it with just like it's not
I know. Like I'm going to stop asking for your results if this carries on. Okay, so with your investigation check, you see a few things. So not just the loot. We'll get to the loot in a second, but you see that as you're walking around this, the impression you get is that the watchtower appears to be used as maybe a temporary outpost rather than a permanent lair. Like, instead of having fortifications, it seems that the knolls were the defensive line. Scraps of bone and half-eaten corpses suggest that they've only maybe recently begun to settle here. It doesn't look like this is a permanent fixture or a permanent abode for them. You also see that there are still, like I say, remnants of the past here. There's a shield that you see, a battered wooden shield with a faded crest that's barely visible beneath like grime and blood stains. But if you could roll me a history check. Cool, so natural 20. On a natural 20.
1.
Yeah.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay. So you don't recognize the crest. It doesn't seem familiar to you. And as you're walking around, you see that tucked into one of the corners of the courtyard is a much larger sort of bed that's been made out of this matted fur and these some cloth and things like that. And it gives you the impression that this is where the bigger one of the gnolls would sleep. And as you start to rifle through not only his corpse, but the area in which you think he slept, you find, obviously, the jagged cleaver. You also find a blood-stained map tucked into a small pouch that was on the back of his sort of, what do I call it, a belt. It was string, but hey, it was a belt. And you also find around his neck is a talisman, like a bone talisman that's carved with strange runes.
Oh. Is there a way because I'm not a wizard, right? It's pretty hard for me to figure out, but is there like a way to figure out on what it could have been doing? Perhaps something with combat or something like raising his intelligence, anything in that way?
Make me an Arcana check.
On dice. I need one more. Okay, 15.
You get the impression that this does hold some magical property, but you can't place your finger on what that could be. But you do get the feeling it could hold some magical properties. In the meantime, Ulrich, Nim, Yerel, you head up to the top of the watchtower.
Mm-hmm.
You see there is a large hatch. Looks rusted in nature, but as you push open the hatch and lift it, the heavy wooden door groans like in protest, revealing a narrow spiral. Have you seen that? That TikTok that's making the rounds where it's like when everything pisses you off and she opens the cupboard and goes, meh, she goes, meh, fucking prick. I put something in the cupboard. It makes me, I love that. Anyway, the heavy door groans open in protest, revealing a narrow spiraling stone staircase descending into darkness. A damp, musty smell wafts up towards you, thick with the scent of decay and stagnant air. The only sound from within is a faint dripping of water somewhere below, echoing off the stone walls.
Ulrich will raise shield and spear and look to the two behind him and go, follow close, I will take lead. And as he starts to descend...
Should we make noise or stay quiet?
Ulrich bangs the spear against the side of the tower wall and listens for anything that might come down.
You hit the spear against the wall and it goes... Doo, 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 doo.
Can I use thaumaturgy to make my voice really loud and go, hello? Is anybody in here?
Nim's voice echoes and reverberates in this space. And after a moment, silence.
I think we're... Well, if we're not safe, they're being very quiet about it.
Thank you. I've wanted to do that for a little while. I like to be loud.
Is it dark? Is there no light, or is
There doesn't appear to be any lights down there, no.
Okay. I will cast light on the end of my quarterstaff to use as sort of like a source that we can sort of see at least where we're going as we go down.
Okay, so step by step, as you start...
How many times...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Wow. Yeah, that's beautiful. How many times can you do that? Can you... Is it exhausting, or...
Oh no, it's very handy, especially when you're on your own and you can't see anything. Helps me from bumping into things or bumping into people or people bumping into me. So it's very handy. Like now, we don't have to be afraid now in the dark. I mean, I wasn't afraid, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's not the dark. Let's just keep going, shall we?
Can you do that on anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you do it on... And she points to her antlers.
She's going to touch the antlers and cast light on her antlers then.
Giving new meaning to the phrase deer in the headlights.
Literally.
As you two are talking about this sort of higher up, you just hear from the darkened stairwell. It is very dark down here. Where are you all
running? Right, sorry. Here we go.
Okay, so step by step, the dim light from above fades. The gloom swallows you whole, bar the light illuminating from the end of Yeryl's quarterstaff and Nim's antlers. At the bottom, the space opens into a small, forgotten chamber. Once an armory or maybe a storeroom. Now, though, it's little more than a ruin. Crates have collapsed into heaps of splintered wood, rusted weapons lie discarded, and gnawed bones are scattered across the floor. I'd like one of you to make me a perception check, please.
I just did get dice out.
I am not very perceptive.
As am I.
Wow. I am underprepared. 2 seconds. Sorry. Right. Perception.
Wow.
Perception, yes, please.
I'll cast guidance on that as well.
Okay, so that is 15 plus 3, so that's 18 plus 2, that's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. As you're all looking around the room, Ulrich, you notice that at the far end of this room, the opposite side to where you are now, you see a heavy iron-banded chest that sits partially buried beneath fallen debris. As soon as your eyes lock onto it, you see there are some strange symbols, though, barely visible beneath the layers of dust mark its surface, ancient, long forgotten. You don't know the language in which these runes are written in.
Okay.
But you see this chest.
Mm-hmm. Sort of looking around, just on that as well, just as he's looking around this room, does there appear to be an entrance that is now blocked in, or like a door somewhere just before we get to that bit? Just
no, so it's a completely contained room. So the only way in and out is up and down.
Cool.
Hence, so this is why. So in the room, you get the impression that it was used either like as an armory or a storeroom because it is a strategically placed location within this garrison. The only way in is from the hatch at the top. It's not easy, because of how close this tower is to the entrance. If there was a door on the outside, it may not be as deemed as secure, right?
Mm-hmm. Cool. So doing that and then seeing the chest, obviously, he will sort of go, oh, loot, excellent. And sort of pulling away what rubble he can, and then maybe just grabbing a handle and trying to pull it from its semi-buried position.
Yep. Give me an athletics check, just because it's quite a large chest, this, so...
Okay.
Just give me a quick athletics check.
Will do.
Guidance.
As Ulrich is pulling it, can Nim like simultaneously prestidigitation to clean it off from all the rubble as he's pulling it out, hopefully to make that a little bit easier?
Sure. Are you centering the spell on any particular part of the chest, like the hinges or if there's a locking mechanism or whatever? Are you centering it on any one place or just the chest as a whole?
I don't think I've seen it in enough detail for that. So just
Okay.
as a whole, as he's like pulling it out of the rubble, I'm like, oh God, sorry.
As the chest cleans itself.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was Nim's patron going, good job. You
cleaning work.
prestidigitate the chest. Absolutely.
So athletics, that is 18 plus 5, that's 23, plus 4 with the guidance, that is 27.
Oh,
Excellent. You just drag this, the adrenaline from the battle still coursing through your veins. You grab and just yank this large chest out.
Like slides it across the floor as it sort of neatly slides in front of both Yarrow and Nim. He's like, loot. I think it's old. There's writing on it, but I don't know what it is.
Yarrow's going to look at the writing and see what it says, if she can decipher it, if she can understand what it is, if she's seen anything like it before.
Okay. What languages do you speak, Yarrow?
Arakokra, Oran, and Common.
Comma.
Arakokra and Uncommon.
Oran, and Common. Yeah.
Okay. You don't recognize the runes themselves.
Okay.
It is in a foreign language to what you can.
Okay.
To what you know.
It's not primordial by any chance, is it?
It is not primordial, no.
Ulrich, is this does it? You don't understand what this says on it at all, do you?
No, they're not giant runics, and doesn't look draconic from what little I know of the language. So, no, unfortunately not. I'm afraid I can just take it with me outside and see if anyone else knows what it's about.
I think so. I think it would be unwise to open it. It could be a warning. It could be a spell. It could be something that we just ignore it and crack it open. Bad timings might happen to us.
Or I could just say, well done, you found.
I mean, there's always that chance it could have been just a really, someone just really was happy that they found it. I guess there is always that opportunity. We don't know what it says.
Octavius is going to be fuming when he opens the bloodstained map and it's just a picture of the watchtower with an X at the bottom. It's going to be furious.
Come on, guys.
Is there anything else in this room?
There is a few bits and pieces. Like I say, there are broken down chests, a few rusted weapons, nothing that strikes of any interest. You do see that on the wall there is a banner. It looks quite decayed. It's moth-eaten. Looks very drab. It does depict a crest on there. But it is, again, quite hard to see because half of it, again, has been moth-eaten and this banner's quite hard to read, but...
Does it look slightly similar to the one that I would have seen on the outside?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does.
What's it made? What does sensory question time? What does the fabric feel like? Like, is it okay, let me make it a bit more precise. Is it soft and silky, or is it like rough like Hessian?
Rough like Hessian, let's say that.
Okay.
Sorry,
I've never seen the fear in his eyes flare up so much.
No, I had an instant thought going.
I'm prepared for anything but that.
No,
fabric question.
I was like, my whole brain just went, I don't fucking know what fabric, what? I was like, rough.
I'm sorry.
I don't. I've got no idea, dude.
He looks over
like a t-shirt.
Rough.
No idea. Anyway, so
sorry.
Yeah,
There's
it's
method
quite
to the madness. Nim is looking for silk.
okay. It isn't a silk like fabric. It is a little bit more rough to the touch.
Are there colours to it, or is it old and it's lost its colour and things like that?
It does give you like it's like a deep green, but with the kind of dark and light, it's hard to tell like how deep of a green it is. But
Okay.
it is a green banner.
Okay, green. Okay.
Deep is your green?
So sort of looking to the two of them as he like hoiks the chest up onto his back, sort of by one of the old handles. Like, I was thinking we should possibly sleep on the top of the tower tonight, you know?
Think so? You think?
Closer to the sky, we can look down. It's harder for things to get up as opposed to being on the floor. It's just there's a lot of advantages to the high ground, you know?
True. We could go and get the wagon and use it to block the main entrance, maybe.
Oh shit, Maisie. Hold on. and he like starts running up the stairs, chest in hand.
Running after him.
Okay, so the three of you exit the watchtower, and for the sake of brevity, rejoin the rest of the group. Ulrich, you place the chest down in the middle of the courtyard. Go back down the hill towards where you left the cart to find Macy just kind of stood there unperturbed, just kind of like,
good, well done. You are. We're in force. Oh, okay, let's go. And he's gonna, bring her back.
Okay.
Does anybody recognize the language on this chest by any chance? We don't understand it.
Absolutely. Do I recognize it?
No, you do not know.
he takes a look at it. He's like, right. Absolutely not. No idea. Never seen it.
Oh, okay. It was worth a try. Peanuts,
By the way,
Korik, what about you? Do any recognize this writing at all?
Korik, you would.
Oh.
You would recognize that these are gnomish runes.
They look like they look to be gnomish, to be honest.
Can you read it? You see what it says?
Down to open.
No.
Korik, maybe an Arcana check.
Guidance.
What's guidance? It +4.
Yeah.
Plus D4.
Yes.
A D4, yeah.
I have a curiosity question for Yerrel.
Mm.
What does it look like when you give someone guidance? Like,
I place my hand on their shoulder and it will feel like slightly warm, like it's a warm hand on their shoulder.
awesome.
Sort of make them feel a bit relaxed, like they've got this.
Awesome. Sorry.
That was a natural 20. So that would be 25, and then I got a 1 on my D4, so that's 26.
Okay, so you immediately, you've seen these runes before. They are a protection rune that used to, in times gone by, be carved into things like chests, gates, barricades, things like that, that held an enchantment that would just make things a little bit more difficult to get into. So you read these, but it does seem like any enchantment or effect that these runic symbols may have once had no longer do.
It looks like some form of protection magic, but doesn't look like it's very effective anymore, to be honest.
Well,
Should just be able to open it.
Okay. Ulrich, do you want to do the honors?
Sound like fun. I'm just gonna prize it open.
Hey,
That'd be a lot cool.
You guys sure you just want to smash it? I mean, what if there's a...
I'm not smashing it. I'm just prizing it open.
As you're lifting the lid of this chest,
I love mimics. They're my favorite.
As you're lifting the lid of this chest, you remember that in the just remember back to the supplies chest, and as you were searching through one of them, there was a small lockbox within one of those chests as well. So you open the big chest that has just been brought down, from Ulrich, Nim, and Yerl. And inside you see various different items. You see a few loose coins scattered in a rotted pouch. You see that there is a small silver locket, and next to it a ring that looks to be rusted. You also find within the chest a well-preserved longbow. You find there are 10 arrows, the tips of which do not look rusted at all. And you also find a dented but usable chain shirt. You also see, nestled within the iron chest, towards the bottom, resting atop a bundle of decaying fabric, is a simple silver band, unadorned, but again, not rusted at all.
Oh, by the way, Ulrich, that brings me to something. And he's going to grab into his pockets and pull out the bone talisman.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if it's really your style or anything, but just rummaging through, and I found this little beauty. Some runic symbols on it, just very classic magical stuff. Have no idea what it does.
I'm all about the magical stuff. Yeah, it's classic.
Yeah, me too,
I'm the
actually.
guy.
Arcanum.
And I actually wanted to give this to you as a smaller apology for the arrow earlier.
Oh, it's not bad. It's very old giant. If I was to put it on, it looks kind of like ancestral stuff. So yeah,
Very
cool. Don't worry about the arrow. It's stressful situations. Not everyone's got this. If you're gonna jump off carts, make sure you know where you're going to land. Maybe strengthen your core a little bit. Get some muscle on your. I can train you. We could do some morning push-ups, some sit-ups, just get a proper routine in. I will bulk you out.
just accept the apology. You'll be fine.
Crestfallen, he's just like, it's fine. I will take my workout elsewhere.
While we're on the subject of chests and things, over in the corner, I found what appears to be the ill-gotten gains of these creatures. I'm of the opinion that we need to try and return the goods to the people that they've been taken from, but
aren't those people dead?
Yeah.
We could take them back to Whistlestone and reunite them with.
Do we know?
Is it are they worth selling? Is it valuable?
I mean, as I said to the others, I'm not really one for knowing exactly how much things are worth, but finger in the air, probably about 300 golds worth.
Finger in the air.
You want to tell me if you see a gold
it's,
coin on the ground, you're not going to pick it up?
But this isn't a gold coin on the ground. This is
It's
stuff,
the same principle.
This is stuff that a group of very violent bandits have removed from the possession of innocent people.
You mean the big dogs?
Yes. They've taken these items. They could mean something to their families if we return them. I suppose if they don't claim them, we could then sell them, but it could be worth trying to return them to the townsfolk.
Do chests come with return addresses? I don't really. Are we?
I would like to point out that Joe has not said a single line of dialogue, but have said 1,000 words in the last 10 seconds going...
I can't hide my face, man. Okay. I did tell you my face says everything. I can't hide it.
It's good.
I try.
I mean, look, we'll put it on the back of the cart. We'll take it to town. See what happens.
We can make a decision when we get back to town.
It seemed like a shame to leave it here.
What is inside?
Did you say there was a lockbox in there?
Yes.
Actually, just thinking about it, there was one thing that I noticed in there. I'm going to go and pull out the lockbox.
Okay. You do so. You pull out an iron, what appears to be an iron strong box that was buried within the box of supplies, almost hastily. It didn't look like it belonged with it. It was almost like somebody had tried to conceal it within another box.
Okay. Is there anything distinct about it, or is it just
No, it genuinely, it looks like a small, about a foot across, about 2 or 3 inches deep, iron strong box. As you look, there is a small keyhole on the front, but it looks very sturdy, very strong.
You know, if you like to, I can actually open that, I think.
I mean, that's fine. It does look a bit out of place in there, to be honest.
Very. Right. He's going to sit by the actual box and just grabbing a piece of like metal and just his dagger. He's going to look at it, throw both of those away. He's going to pull out a key. He's going to pull out a iron key, which he's then going to try and put into the keyhole and try to open that.
Okay. Clarity, where did the iron key come from?
When we were in the quarry, one of the people had an iron key.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, thank you. I was like, wait, what? For a minute, I was like,
my box. I was like, what?
I was like,
I was dropped by Knowles.
Yeah, I was like, did I say you found a key before? Because that's really... Yeah, what a stupid fucking thing to do as a DM. It just makes things far too easy. Okay, you pull out the iron key from Blackfall and you jam this thing into the keyhole and begin to try and turn. It doesn't, unfortunately.
All right, then he's going to try the good old, like, where did I throw it again? Just grabbing the dagger. He thought it was going to be a pretty cool moment, just like opening, like, I got it. But no. So he's going to try and just try some wonderful lock opening with a few pieces here and there.
Okay, so I wouldn't say that you necessarily have a thieves toolkit, but I will allow you to make a straight dexterity check. If you were having thieves tool, you could have had your proficiency bonus to it because you're doing it without. Let's just try a straight dexterity check to see how easily you can get this lock open.
Carol's going to put her hand on Octavius' shoulder and say, "You got this," and cast guidance.
I love the guidance, by the way. Just on little rolls. All right.
That's how we got a cleric in the group, can't you?
Okay, should be pretty.
Just in case it wasn't obvious.
Yeryl's just been this group's hype man.
Guidance.
Yeah, just the hype man going, you guys are fucking great. You got this. You got this. What are you trying? You got it, man.
You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great.
All right, so that is, hold on, calculating, 25.
25. Okay,
Yeah.
what's your dexterity modifier?
Plus 3. So 18 plus 3, that's 21, and plus 4, which is 25.
Hell yes, you unlock the because that's what a lock sounds like when it's unlocking. Unlock a strong box.
Uncanny how much that sounded like it.
I thought that's what it was. I didn't.
Yeah, it's
I
like
didn't realize you
unlocked
made
the door
that
next
sound.
to you. It was just weird.
immersion. As you open it, inside you see there are 30 gold pieces scattered across the bottom of the strongbox. You also see that there is a signet ring with a small gem on the ring, and you also see there is a potion bottle. As you lift this potion bottle up, let me just get the description. Let me just get the fucking description. I should have had this prepared, but I didn't because I'm not great.
You are, Dan. Don't put yourself down.
No, yeah.
You're very good.
I'll put my hand on shoulder and cast guidance. You're doing a really great job, sweetie.
Doing a good
Suddenly,
job, man.
I feel much better.
There we go.
Oh no, it's getting big-headed now.
Uh-oh, backfired. It's backfired, guys.
You're all right.
The potion.
Yeah.
The potion looks to be separated into 7 brightly coloured bands of immiscible liquid, and so there's 7 bands of different colours.
We found the pride potion. Excellent.
For the gays.
So, has everybody wrote down the loot? Has everybody understand everything that you have gained?
Yes.
I think I actually missed one. So there's the ring, right? There was the talisman, which I gave to Ulrich. There's the cleaver. Actually, Ulrich, do you really want that? I don't think a rogue should have a cleaver.
What, me? No, I'm not really these weapons aren't really good. It's very...
Just him holding the cleaver over his shoulder. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I get it. I do. Anyone wants a cleaver? A giant cleaver?
Is it for giants? If it's a giant cleaver,
no, it's just pretty big.
Oh, compared to, yeah, I see. It's a regular size cleaver for me.
So
for Peanut, it would be like Titan size.
You all gather the loot together. What is it you'd like to do?
We wanted to stay on the roof. Is that not right, Ulrich? So should we start barricading ourselves in, making it safe just for the night until we can...
Yes, I sort of suggested to Nim and Yarl that if we stay on top of the tower, we can see better, have more routes for doing things. It's just a bit more... It's a better strategic point. And we can take watches. I've done it before. I don't mind staying up while you sleep, to watch and protect, that kind of thing.
Oh, I could just put an alarm on the door.
I mean, that would also be very handy. Incredibly handy.
Does it do an annoying sound when it activates?
It depends. Do you find the sound of a handbell quite annoying?
Like a shop hand bell, or the one that you ring through a town crier kind of bell?
Town crier kind of bell.
Ah, those are the worst ones.
It goes about 10 seconds.
It'll wake us up. It'll make it obvious.
That's kind of the idea, really.
Yes, of course, yes.
It's so you know someone's coming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just when you wake up to it, it's just a horrible sound. I mean, truth be told, I would like to then shoot the person who activates it, but yeah.
If you want to sleep inside, we can sleep inside. I don't mind. I like the sky, but we can take the tower if you are all feeling more comfortable under a roof.
I mean, we can start and a few of us can keep watch overnight so that there's always someone on patrol, and that should it should be. I suppose that would be the safest instead if we get surrounded again. So let's do that. And I know a lot of us prefer to be outside anyway, so we can do that.
Ulrich's gonna tie up Maisie to a post, put the grains in front of her, and just sort of make sure that she is fed and happy, and the cart is somewhere sort of against a wall, not too on show, that kind of thing. Make sure there's a little blanket thrown over Maisie's back, just so she's warm throughout the night. And then he will start just taking whatever sort of gear we had and just big armfuls of it, and just walking up the ladders and taking it inside.
Yeah, absolutely. Easy enough to do. You so you going in the tower or on top of it, just to clarify, because there was a bit of back and forth there.
I said on top. What do you guys say?
On top.
On top.
Cool. Let's do that then. So you start taking up a couple of the tents, start moving things around on top of this watchtower to set a couple of tents up and a small campfire on top of there as well. You gather all of the loot from down in the courtyard, take it up to the top of the watchtower to start dividing amongst yourselves. The sky begins to darken into a deep indigo, the last vestiges of daylight fading behind the rolling hills. The distant glow of the moon pierces through the thin veil of clouds, casting pale light upon the swaying grass on the opposite side of the wall. A cold wind whispers through those fields, rustling wild flowers and sending ripples across the tall stalks. You find shelter atop the watchtower. The wind itself howls a little softer because of the brace of the walls, and the ground here is dry. The fire crackles to life, its warm glow a fragile shield against the vast emptiness of the night. Shadows dance across the top of the watchtower, making kaleidoscopic patterns flicker on the side of the tents. In the distance, you hear owls hooting, a lonely echoing sound. Night is upon you. You all gather with the loot that you've just gathered and set it out in front of you. You start pulling all the rations and what food you brought up to begin preparing an evening meal.
Ulrich is going to walk towards the edge of the tower, and if he can, he's going to pull up the makeshift ladder up and just place it by the side. There is actual no ladder to the top of the tower anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep it there and just go, that should, sort of with jerky in mouth, that should help keep things a little bit more safe, I think. We can put it down in the morning. We are good.
That's very good. Good idea, Ulrich.
Oh, it's not a problem. I've been out in the wilds for a long time. You pick things up when you are, roaming the world.
Of course.
So, we've been together for a few days now, and as he sort of like heftily sits to the, oh shit, my chair. He died. He sort of like heftily hits the floor and grabs a bit of bread and some jerky. So we're sort of a little band now. We've been together for a few days. It seems like we're, coming to a party, if you will, an adventuring group, whatever, but we've not really discussed much. It's been a bit too, fast-paced. So I want to know about all of you. I know your names, but I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're from. I want to know stories. I love them. So, who's got stories? Who's got things to tell? As he grabs a water skin and chucks him back.
Peanut
No
looks
one?
ready to go. Peanut looks ready to go.
I have so many stories. So many. No, I don't remember. But I do know that I was really good at juggling chickens one time. Well, I think a few times. I was good.
So did you say you don't remember?
No, I don't remember much.
You said there was a circus and you were looking for someone. Are they from your past?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Vixandra.
Vixandra, did you say?
Yeah, she was my friend.
Oh, and you don't know where she is now?
No, I don't know. There was... I can't remember his name. He was an ugly looking guy. But he would look after us sometimes. And Vixandra was always the one that performed kind of the scary stuff, at nighttime when all the kids would go home. And then I sometimes would go sneak into her tent and we would talk about all the cool things that she used to do to the dead animals.
There's a lot of clarification you're going to need to make about the bunch of
Yes.
sentences you just said.
Yes. So The first is quite the shining, obvious one. But what about dead animals? Was someone doing to someone?
Vixandra.
Yes.
She would take dead things and then she would make them come alive again.
Oh.
And people would pay money.
Oh, it's not like part of the show. It was like a side job.
Kind of, yeah, but we did it in the circus. They used to do it at nighttime, and they would close off the circus, and I had to stand at the door, and I had to pretend that I was a child. Yeah, I'm not a child.
Oh no, of course not.
No, I'm not.
No. And so people would bring their dead animals, and then Alexandra would bring them back to life.
Yeah, dead animals, dead people, dead things.
People as well.
That's quite different.
Yeah.
Would they be like the same, or would they're back to normal?
I wasn't allowed in the show because apparently I was really annoying. So I wasn't allowed to go in the actual show. I just had to collect the money. But sometimes I would look under the tent, and there was this one family, I don't know who they were, but they had a dead guy with them, and he looked really dead, and like dead, long time dead. And she brought them back to life, and the guy kind of stood up, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. It was like a really weird language. It's kind of scary, but also kind of cool.
Oh.
So back to life. Is it so like dead magic or like good like Yarrow magic where people come back okay? It doesn't sound. It sounds like necromancy.
Huh?
Dead magic. Magic of the dead. You raise them. You make zombies. Oh.
Zombies? That's cool. I think zombies are cool. He was kind of cool. He wasn't alive for much longer though. Then he kind of died again. But the family paid a lot of money for this guy to die again. And Vixandra would always be really tired, so I would go to her tent and she would ask me to cheer her up when she was having a bad day. And so I would juggle chickens for her. But I liked her. No one else liked her. But I thought she was nice. She was nice to me. She wasn't very nice, actually, to anyone else.
Did you juggle a live chicken or, chicken nuggets?
I don't know what that is. But no, I would juggle alive chickens. I would juggle 5 chickens.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Did you ever try 6?
No, because I wasn't allowed to get 6 chickens because I lost the other one. But I don't think I lost the other thing. Well, I think someone stole that one.
So is it past that you don't remember much? You just remember time at the circus?
Sometimes I remember little things. Something happened one time and then I forget things. I forget where I am sometimes. But I know that I think I had parents one time and then they got rid of me. And then some guy looked after me. And then I started juggling chickens.
Oh, okay.
But then he wasn't very nice. He was kind of mean.
You are with nice people now, so that is a marked improvement over.
And we will look
Raising the
after
dead.
you.
That's nice. I've never really had like a family. I always had good friends, but Vixandra was my friend. And I had a couple of friends. There was Glory and Gumption. There were these two gnomes, and they were inventors, kind of like you, Corrick. But I don't think they were as cool as you. They kind of would blow things up, like the animals. And then they would do a show afterwards. They were okay though. They survived. Vexandra would make them alive again.
I feel like anyone else's backstory is going to sound like a bedtime story. I'm enjoying this so much.
Just out of curiosity, why do you want to find these people again?
Oh no,
Do you want
I
to find
don't.
them?
No. I'm a runaway. I want to find Vexandra because I want to know she's okay. Because
Did you run
something
away from
happened.
this circus, and that's how you ended up in Blackpool?
Yeah, I think so. I remember running away. The guy wasn't very nice. I'm trying to remember his name. But it was the Traveling Chimera Circus, and they are not good people, and they would tell me to do things I didn't want to do, and then I would have then something bad happened, and I don't remember what, but I got really sad and scared, and then I ran away, and I don't remember, but then and then I found out I was a dragon.
That's a lot to take in, and
It's a fair revelation to find out.
Yep.
Yes,
So I'm pretty powerful, really. So you're quite lucky that you found me.
we're very lucky to have found you.
Octavius just goes like a little bit closer to them and just whispers so Pina doesn't hear, like, we're still playing that she's a dragon?
Oh no, I was concentrating. You broke my concentration. Dang it. I was, oh God, I don't even know what I'm saying. I forgot. My brain. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've just had a whole moment. I've just had a whole brain fuck. Octavius, I was concentrating. Look, I was trying to keep the fire. And a dragon?
Never mind. Spills away.
Sorry.
All right.
So, Peanut, we'll maybe, as time goes on, we could try and help you remember, and I'm sure we'd all try and help you find your friend, and just try and sort of, maybe answer some questions for you. It seems like there's, some things you want to know, and I'm sure we can help you do that.
Yeah. I would like that because I'm trying to remember so many things, and I really want to prove, I can't remember the guy's name. In Suladin, where I'm from, the Dragonborns are really, really famous, and I have to go have a meeting and prove that I'm worthy of being a dragon.
I think you're a pretty cool dragon already.
Oh, she blushes like a lot.
Hero's gonna put her arm around Peanut and give her a bit of a squeeze.
Just hear a crunch.
No.
Like
Two yellow feathers.
No.
I'm kidding.
It's the most gentle. My child. No, it's not. What about you, Ulrich? What is your story?
Oh, we're bouncing it back to me. Fair enough. I don't mind. I just want to open up the floor. But so I'm from Ashen Vale originally. From a small little township on the edge of the mountains called Lilligren, or Little Branch if you're using common, not giant. I was born and raised there most of my life. My mother and father figure sort of teaching me Goliath stories and Goliath ways, and the history of the giants and what we used to be and what we could be and all of those things. And if you don't mind indulging me a little, a few years ago we had a celebration we've not had for a few years called Titan Feast. It takes place when the day and the night are as long as each other, and we all put down weapons, grudges, all those kind of things, and come together for a huge banquet. And we drink and we celebrate and we sort of bring in the year, I suppose, and celebrate those who have gone and those who will come. And it's a wonderful time. And when it is a Goliath's coming of age, so to speak, we go down to the branch of the World Tree, I wouldn't call it a deity, I suppose, but more of a entity, an existence, something that's, reaches through all the different universes. And we have one of those branches in my village, in sort of its mortal shell, I suppose. It's where it grows to anchor this part of the universe to the tree itself. And on its lowest branches, it grows fruit that when a Goliath of age comes, he goes, or she, whoever, to those branches. We ascend the tree and we eat the fruit and regain some of the giant's might and the ancestors who have returned to the tree. We gain some of what is lost and engage in our might and all those kind of things. And when I did mine, I was beset with a vision, one of great history. It was, I believe, the Goliaths were once a unified people. We weren't scattered among islands. Our tribes were one, and we were mighty, and it was a fierce kingdom, but time and war and all those things have separated us. And I saw fire and the death of the Goliaths before me, and then the vision of the Raven. A Goliath, a cloaked figure, spear and shield, sort of atop a mountain, I suppose, or I don't know, whatever, but to lead my brothers and sisters from what I believe is an assured destruction to maybe once again finding our home and unity as one. It is why I have my scars. The World Tree felt need to burn this vision onto me physically, so I have taken the black scars and the tears of the past, and my eyes are now burned with this, so I never forget. And I always remember that I must strive for more and to become wise and learned of all Goliath kinds and all giants, and see who is left and who is out there. And I will be wise, and I will be a leader or a messenger. Cloud giants, like myself, are said to be bringers of knowledge and great wisdom in times of crisis, and I would hope to be that. So I have given myself to the world, to the path. And as he sort of does, he sort of turns around and shows the large golden tree that is sort of interwoven in the tunic he has sort of had on this entire time. And it's a little battered and dirty, but he sort of pulls it tight, and you can see this huge golden tree over sort of like engraved on the back. And then as he pulls it off, you see sort of where he has lots of tattoos across his back anyway, sort of gigantic runes, sort of things like that, sort of what you would assume to be protection or whatever. But across his shoulders, you see this huge red raven sort of engraved in sort of like very intricate red line work, where its head sort of sits on his neck, pointing to the right, and the wings come down his shoulder blades, and the body sort of sits in the middle back, 3 legs on this raven. So I saw this bird in my vision. It is the red raven, and I believe that is what I am supposed to be. I don't know what that means, and I don't know where it's going to take me or what I'm supposed to learn, but I am going to, and I'm going to be a mighty warrior, and I'm going to lead my people somewhere, I think, or find someone who is supposed to. I don't know, but I'm going to learn. So this is why I'm out in the world. This is why I'm exploring and adventuring and being below the night sky with friends around fires in fields of great victory. It's good, right? As he sort of drinks deeply and buys some more.
It's incredible. such a noble pursuit, and you can see how much passion you have for the way in which your life is carved, and your skin is decorated so beautifully, and the fact that it has this connection, I can understand why it is now on your skin has a true deep meaning.
Well, I hope it does. Whatever the World Tree has designed for me or wishes me to do, I will carry out as best I can. And I will follow you all. You have my shield, my spear. You are friends to me now, and I believe that I was supposed to meet you, or this is a great chance encounter, and now I have a band and some people to do this with, so it is great. The more to learn.
Well, we are the more fortunate for it.
But I've gone on far too long. There's plenty of time for me to give you giant tales, because I have plenty of tall ones. That's what a lot of people used to tell me. So, come on, someone. Korik, I wanted to ask you a long time ago. Your arm, a battle or just what's the story there?
Before we come to Korik, we're going to take a brief intermission. We'll go and have a quick break. There is lots to unravel here with our wonderful characters, lots of backstory to dive into, but we'll just take a quick 5-10 minute break, just give everybody a chance to go to the toilet and what have you. So on that, go get yourselves a drink, refreshed, go get yourselves a toilet trip and all the rest of it. We will be back in 5-10 minutes. Okay, see you shortly.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. Hit all of those notification buttons, and if you liked what you heard, subscribe to us on the social media platform of your choosing to be kept in the loop with all that goes on here. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we hope to have you back soon.